Hey guys, all right, Paul from Paul's Boat Engineering. I'm going to answer a question regarding why do I get hungry during dieting or during a diet phase, or in particular after a refeed or a high carb day or even a cheat meal. Now the answer to that is it varies depending on the individual, okay? If you're dieting over a long period of time and your calories get lower and lower, of course you're going to get hungry because you're taking your body into a state of a calorie deficit whereby your body is actually below what it normally needs to maintain a standard sort of physique and body weight, because your goal is to lose weight. So we have to take you under a level of maintenance to ensure that your body will burn body fat to allow you to get to your goal weight. So that's why you're hungry, because you're taking it to that point. And it's a normal thing, but as you progress through your dieting phase, your body will sustain it, it'll adapt to the lower calorie intake. So depending on how long the journey is, it's very manageable. Now, for those that get very hungry after a refeed, so think about it, you're sitting on say a 6-day calorie intake of this much, and all of a sudden you have this massive feed. And when I say massive, obviously it's controlled, but it's a lot more calories than you're used to. So you spike your insulin, you spike your leptin, you replenish your glycogen in your muscles, which you have burnt off through the week. So naturally, the next day or the day after, within 48 hours, you're hungry. And the reason being is because you've just introduced all this food to the body, and the body's gone, thank you very much. I'm going to use this. I'm going to train harder. I'm going to have extra energy. I'm going to be able to do so much more. And then all of a sudden you take it away again because you're going back to the standard calories that you're sitting on for the 6 days. So the idea of a refeed not only is to help in terms of your hormonal balance, it also spikes your insulin, so it does encourage your metabolism to keep going, because your metabolism can plateau when you're in a dieting phase for quite a long period of time. But it's great for the mind as well, because you have something to look forward to at the end of the week. So look, the reason you're hungry is what I've just explained, but it also could be a little bit psychological. You know, you've been given all this extra food and then it's taken away again. So mentally you think, oh, but I want more. So you've got to be able to overcome that as well. That's another roadblock, if you will, that does cause a few headaches and creates a problem for a lot of people who do have trouble with emotional eating or sustaining a dieting phase for a long period of time. It can become a bit of an issue, so you've got to be able to manage that as best you can. Some people prefer not to have a refeed. They just prefer to diet for a period of time to get to their goal weight, then reverse out, and then when they reverse out, obviously they get to a high calorie intake, which allows refeed days without the impact of these sort of issues coming up. Now the other concern was why are females in particular getting hungry at certain periods of time. Look, that's generally related to your hormone cycle. So if you're getting hungry certain days throughout the month, have a look if that relates to your cycle. If it relates to you about to get your cycle, it's a hormone reaction. If it's on the opposite side of the month, so say you get your cycle on the 15th, but 2 weeks before that or 2 weeks after that, so on the opposite side, you're getting hungry, again, it's very much hormone related. The hormones play a big role, and I'm sorry to say, but it is harder for a female to successfully lose weight through a long period because of these concerns, because of these barriers, if you will. Can be done, there's no problem with it. It's about overcoming the hunger. And the best way to overcome the hunger is to be smarter with your food choices. So if you are getting hungry on that regular basis, it might be a case that we need to reverse you out. And this is why a week-to-week check-in is such a good idea, because week-to-week we can assess where you're at. If you're really hungry, we can give you more food to sustain that. But if you're on a long-term set calorie intake, then the best thing to do is be smart with your food. So when I say that, have lots more volume in your eating. Lots more green vegetables, which are low in carbohydrates, lots more leafy greens, which are low in carbohydrates, but the overall volume makes you feel fuller for longer. Make sure that your protein intake is adequate enough, because protein, as we know, makes you feel fuller for longer. So that's another important thing as well. Make sure your fats are up to speed, because again, they make you feel fuller for longer. So I hope that answers the questions and any concerns. By all means, you're welcome to message me or ask me direct. Paul's Boat Engineering, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, of course. But hopefully that answers a few questions and you carry on and have a great time dieting and getting to your goal weight. Well, best of luck.